The glittering nightlights of Aotearoa's biggest city conceal a grim reality. Somewhere here, under bridges, in doorways, hundreds of homeless seek shelter, many of them young and alone.
What's it like not having a whare and a roof over your head and a bed to sleep in? What's that like?
It's really dangerous. The streets, they're pretty dangerous for young people like me to be there.
What kind of dangers?
Violence, drugs, sleeping in public is real dangerous. Under bridges, in car parks.
Kat's called the streets home since she was 10. She's now 24, and in that time living on the street has become even more unsafe for rangatahi like her.
We're talking about young people experiencing homelessness. We're talking about, in some cases, children living on the street, living in environments where they are at constant risk of being physically assaulted, sexually assaulted, where their lives at times are at risk.
Youth worker Aaron Hendry runs Kickback, a service based in central Tāmaki offering wraparound support for at-risk rangatahi.
It's been really good because I'm learning from here how to pretty much cook, have showers, because I've never learned how to do that, so yeah, it's quite good.
Right now, Kickback's monitoring around 100 or so young people in the city. The youngest is, 11, 12, 13. A lot of our young people are now being directed towards lodges and hostels. These environments are often really unsafe. The pricing is often exploitative. Talking like $660 for a tiny, tiny room that is dark and mouldy and cold and damp. It doesn't seem like the government understands how much of a risk they are putting these children, these young people's lives in. This is a crisis.
Homelessness in Auckland has grown 53% in just the last 4 months. And that's only those sleeping with no shelter. Several factors have contributed to this. Firstly, the government slashed $20 million from rangatahi transitional housing in last year's budget.
Since then, we've seen more young people seeking support, being denied that support and sleeping rough and being in really dangerous situations as a result.
Then in August, the government changed the rules around emergency housing criteria, giving preference to families over young people, which has left rangatahi like Kat more vulnerable than ever.
I had slept in my car with a friend of mine. We went to Work and Income. We tried to ask for some help in housing, but they just turned us away and said no.
We've noticed in our stats that nearly 100% of our young people have been declined from emergency housing.
Māhera has seen it become harder for rangatahi to even get on housing waitlists. She runs Pā Piringa, a 10-bed accommodation facility for homeless youth.
As soon as I moved in and saw the area and how spacious it was, I fell in love straight away. And everything was here, beautiful kitchen. I was like, fantastic. I was like, holy, cool as.
Zevania Meade has recently moved in.
Easy as rules, just keep it clean. It's really standard. Just show up on time, look after the place. So yeah, have high standards and keep it that way.
It's a tikanga-based kaupapa-Māori solution to the housing crisis.
The rules of the marae are exactly the same rules when you come to our whare. When you go to your marae, you know you've got to take your shoes off at the marae. You know that if you got angry, you can't punch holes in your marae. You will get in trouble for doing that. Same. At our whare, you don't punch holes in the walls.
All young people here have to stay a year to learn the skills they need.
How do you become a good custodian of your space, your whare, the people in your whare, the belongings inside of your whare? If you can learn those skills at Pā Piringa, you can transfer them into your life and you can use them wā ke tonu atu for forever. We've had 0 property damage, 0 police call-outs for violence against each other, which is an achievement in itself. It's unheard of, not just in New Zealand, but actually all over the world. in terms of youth transitional housing. We had people who were really keen to hear what Māori solutions look like, because in the world, Māori are trailblazing in so many areas in so many ways, and their thinking was that that would transfer over to youth homelessness as well.
He Pā Piringa can't keep up with demand.
Over 100 young people on the wait list, and we've only got 22 beds available.
But once their time is up, they face more uncertainty.
So now all I'm focused on is trying to get mahi because I need money to carry on.
We are very clear with them. We're only here for a small time in your life. We're only going to be able to do this much. But then where do they go? And if hapu and iwi aren't fully resourced, then it does come back to the government. It does come back to those people to fill in the gaps.
Think about the reality that for some children, the first time they get a roof over their heads, the first time they get food in their bellies, the first time they get some form of stability is in a prison for children. When you actually start to reflect on that, something is going seriously wrong in our communities. Something is seriously wrong with our priorities. And that's the consequences of homelessness. That's the consequences of abandoning, our children.
Rangatahi like us, most of us don't have a choice. And seeing them like this is heartbreaking.
There are times where they're leaving our doors and we fear we will see them again. And that's the thing that keeps me up at night, is that we're going to lose someone. That one of the young people that we care for and we love is going to die because they are in the wrong place at the wrong time, or because they give up hope.